If you like the video, it'll be my honor if you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And there are a lot more figure diorama photography at the end of this video, so please watch and enjoy until the end. Now, let's begin. Hello everyone, how's everybody doing today? And today we are going to be reviewing a Max Factory Nendoroid series, and I am reviewing a lot of Nendoroid figure recently. And again, I don't buy much of these guys, but there are certain figures that does match brilliantly with this line. And this is Mega Man in the West. In Japan, it's Rockman, and I'm used to the Japanese version Rockman, but I'm just gonna call him Mega Man because I'm talking in English, and this review is in English. And I just said that there's certain figures that matches perfectly with Mega Man. This isn't one of them. This figure had a lot of mixed reviews in Japan, and majority of it is not so pleased. Like the Japanese audience, who Mega Man is very long history. Lot of fans, lot of legendary games from Mega Man, and therefore the fandom is very, very strict when it comes. It's like the Sonic movie. If you get it wrong, then the fan get crazy. Same thing with Mega Man. If you get it wrong, then they'll be very crazy. And this figure apparently made a lot of fans unhappy. And it's simply because of his face. Because that, I know they stylized in a way to make him cute, but this isn't the Mega Man we're used to see in Japan. There's a lot of the first generation Mega Man had a lot of there's like a more taller version, but this is the actual gameplay size. He's a little bit shorter, but he is more closer to the game play side. And when you get the gameplay size, we expect him to look what he looked like in the game, and that face is actually more closer to the version that he's taller. So that's where the fandom got disappointed, saying, why did you gave him the taller version face to a shorter version Mega Man? Because now you're going against both sides of the story, because people was Mega Man was this way, people would expect him to be the taller version, and that would suit that fandom. But now they're like, you got the face right, but the body's wrong. But then the fandom who likes the actual game size, they'll be like, you got the body not perfectly, very close, but you got the face completely wrong. So they missed both fandom. So that's where he stands. I myself, I totally understand with the Japanese fandom. There is a faceplate right here that matches perfectly into the game. So this face is really loved by the fandom. But the default face is quite, it's a strong word, but a lot of fans hate it. And I will show you a figure that's what the fandom wanted. Give me a second. So Mega Man had a very interesting face. To get him right, it's really hard. It's one of those, it's like Mark Hamill, we all know his face so well, yet we never seen a perfect Mark Hamill figure face. And this one right here is the most closest when it comes to Mega Man game design when you actually play him. And when the Smash Bros. Came out, that face we saw in that game was the face that everybody was waiting for. Like, that's Mega Man. Like, that is 100% Mega Man. And there is no figure ever in the figure community that matched Mega Man perfectly. It's just, for some reason, they can't get him right. And even this figure is not perfect. His face, the eyes seem to be a little bit too big, but the closest that the fandom would agree that this is the most closest Mega Man, though he's given a lot of extra details around him. But this one seems to be very favored by the fandom, even if it's not articulated. But the thing is that I bought a extra body here, and one day I would hope to customize this Mega Man to give him a full articulation, because it's the only difference here is the length. The joint itself is not much of a difference, just the length of the body and so on, and this one can have a full articulation. And for sure they could have, Max Factory could have given a full articulation, just that they didn't. So that you know, for a collector who loves, you know, taking pictures and posing him, swapping around all these, you get a lot of well, options to swap around his like the leg here too. Like you can swap it and make him look like he's running. But the problem is that, first of all, the round ball peg is almost impossible to come out, and this guy comes with a ball peg here, so you have to, you know, take that out. But it's hard to, because it's simply not coming out, and swapping it is near impossible. Let me try, and there we go, and there we go. Maybe I might be able to put this back in and try to swap it. Yeah, I can kind of do that and make him kind of look like running like that, which Mega Man does run like that. But the thing is, we are all sure that Max Factory could have added a ball joint right here. It's just a lazy thing that they didn't. Instead, they give us an extra leg, but swapping it is so much waste of time. Just, they didn't need to give us, you know, they could have saved that plastic and save a cost and just give it a joint on his leg, so it could have just articulated like so, and that's 100% doable. They just didn't. So this figure, when it comes to Nendoroid articulation is really bad anyway, but still, it's some of the latest figure, they do have a lot of articulation. Not a lot, but they do have articulation. So we would have expected Mega Man, to, you know, get at least a decent articulation, but we don't get any, you know, articulation. This is like the 1980 level articulation we're getting, and at the same time, the piece comes out really easily. So it's hard for him to just hold on to that part. So if you want to swap the blaster, you just pull it out and you just put the hand in, and that's about it. If you want to swap the hand, you can, but for some reason you get two hands, like identical hand, and I was like, oh, maybe you get the wrist here, but you don't get an extra wrist. So what with the extra hand, which is very identical? We have no idea. And for this hand too, we have a identical right hand too, so not too sure where they're going. They're wasting a lot of plastic, and if they're wasting a plastic, maybe they could have just given us a ball joint on his elbow and knee, then it could have saved everything. But here the open hand, maybe for him to grab something, not too sure, but he can also hold on to his E-can, which is awesome. Yeah, E-can right here, energy can, if you don't understand what that means. And you can swap his arms so to give him a more, how do I say, more like his more inner hand kind of thing. You can kind of play around with the option hand, but again, you can save all these plastic here, You could have just dodged all this much plastic. That's a lot of plastic, and you could have remove that, put it in there because I'm not going to use that ever. And you could just simply just give us a ball joint and it would have saved everyone a hassle, because swapping around, is there a certain level that people would understand that they, okay, yeah, we'll play around with that, and there's a certain level where people say, oh, it's just too much, just forget it, we're not gonna do this. And this Mega Man is 100% in that range of forget it, we're not gonna do this anymore. All these pieces here will be in the back and will be never open again. So it's a little engineered in a very, very bad way. So I love the figure. No, sorry, I don't like the figure. I love the character, and this Mega Man had a lot of potential, yet it just didn't meet the expectation of anyone's. Now you can have these two faces swapped around. So simply just pop the head out like so, and the head comes out. He is cute, you know. He is very cute. So if this figure was a Mega Man in this proportion, then I think it would have been fine. But you know, people just expected him to be more accurate to who he was or how he looked, because a lot of people just simply wanted the game accurate version, which we never did. And when he came out, or when the body proportion was shown, people were like praising it, like, yeah, we're getting a Mega Man. That's really difficult to close the helmet, but there you go. And this face is also cute, but again, he reminds a lot of fans the taller version Mega Man. And what I think is that Max Factory was going to, their idea was to shrink that tall version to the Nendoroids. So I understand what they were trying to do, and it makes total sense that they did that, and in that concept I think it worked perfectly. Just that because this proportion is so iconic to the game, that the fan wanted the game accurate version. So it's sad in a way, because Max Factory tried their best, and in a way they succeeded, just that they missed the understanding of the fandom. But this face here is game accurate. This is where she get attacked and he's like, oh, like that. Perfect. This is the perfect face. So I am just gonna have him like that. And until the day I customize this body, I need to cut his legs, shorten him, and modify, changes his face and so on. But until then, he'll be in this face. But anyhow, you do also get two different blasters. One the heavy one that he charged, and one the typical one that he keeps shooting. And for this to happen, you do get a oh, forget it. you do get a base, and this base you can connect. I don't know how you do that. It's right here. You connect the hole right here, the peg, and you can just peg this in. Huh? Where am I pegging it in? There's like peg holes, but it's not going in. It's weird. Or maybe I got the other side. Let me try. I'll put this side in, and it doesn't fit. I don't know. It doesn't fit. Well, here, fine. That doesn't work, but you get the point. It's weird because none of the holes fit. But anyhow, that's how you're supposed to play. And that's how you're supposed to play. So a lot of engineering issue, like ton of engineering issue. I love Mega Man. I totally understand a lot of people was very unhappy about it, but Mega Man is one of those characters that's almost impossible to get it right. It's not because they can't. People just tend to just miss it. It's like Mark Hamill. It's hard to get him right but I'm sure one day we'll get the perfect Mega Man that makes everybody happy. And yes, I would have him pulled like that. Sorry. So it's yeah, usually I take a lot of things positively. For this Mega Man, it's a lot of minus, not because of the design, but or not only because of the design, because I think that really did disappoint a lot of people, but because of its engineering, it was a little bit, I would say, a lazy engineering, because all these plastics could have been saved just by giving him a joint, and adding that joint was so easy, so easy. But it's Nendoroid. Take it or leave it. Anyhow, got some photos, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Thank you very much for watching my figure unboxing photography review. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Currently, there are only 6% of my audience who are subscribed, and I feel a little bit lonely here, so your subscription will give me inspiration to go on further. Thank you again, and see you all soon. 遊びでやってるんだよ。